hopefully I get to make out with Catherine a little more. Paul gets to make out with Elaine a little more. It makes him feel a little better. Uh, I think it's gonna be. We don't know. We've asked a million times, but here's the deal: we get the scripts 2 days, a day before they actually. We have to start shooting them, so it's sort of like Christmas, and generally what they write is really really good, and so we don't kind of hound them to find out what it's really going to be about. So season two, if it's a month and a half away, and we usually get scripts the day before, it means that we know nothing. They won't tell us a thing. Plus, they know I'm going to be talking to you, and we just don't know, man. I mean, there's so many ways it can go, but we're stoked to see what it's going to be, and it's going to be fun. I just don't want to be, sensitive Damon anymore. I just want to get back to you know, biting high school girls and stuff. Cary Grant had a lot to do with it. Guys like Cary Grant and yes, to answer your question, absolutely. That was, this sort of what I wanted Damon to be was this sort of just wacky kind of old world combination of like Cary Grant and Mick Jagger. If you look at sort of Mick in in the late '60s and just sort of see how he lived his life and sort of the way he was. There's this great documentary, and there's a guy that is interviewing Keith Richards backstage at a Rolling Stones concert. He's like, "So Mick, what do you consider the definition of rock and roll?" And Keith Richards sitting there and he goes, "Me," and he just walks off. That's so Damon, and that's what I wanted to. Hopefully, I'll be able to encapsulate that a little more in season 2.
Cool.
Explore that insanity. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it depends on obviously the price point. Truly one of my favorite wines, which I sort of um, was exposed to when I was younger, when I was sort of traveling around as a model and stuff when I was younger, was in '86 Chateau Aubriand. It's one of my favorites.
Cool.
That's definitely a damn good wine. You know what, man? Our fans, most of them, hopefully, will grow up to be opera singers. They are awesome. It's so funny because you get to experience that enthusiasm at a decibel level that is just second to none, man. I mean, like the old world, like the Greek amphitheater, the old theaters where you think about that, how much those actors would have had to project unless they were just doing sort of like interpretive dance or something. But they are so loud and amazing, and when there's a big group of them, we did these Hot Topic tours, and there was, I think, at one point like 4,500 or 5,000 people. I don't think anyone was over 14, and it was amazing, man. I swear to you, it was the closest to being a Beatle. Because the sound, what happens with the sound, I'd never experienced that. I've been at shows, with friends of mine who are musicians or something, where they're playing a 25, 50,000 seat theater, and when they go on stage, everyone just goes crazy. For some reason, I guess because it's a bigger environment, you don't get this. What happens? There's more bass to it. When you're in an enclosed environment with 5,000 screaming 13-year-olds, it's so cool. But there's a thing that happens in your eardrum where it vibrates at such a speed that everything it's like white noise, but it's like a whistle in your ear. And I remember Paul and Nina and myself looking at each other going, "Whoa!" And you can scream yourself high or "Wow, this is crazy," and you actually can't hear yourself. You can feel the vibration coming out of your throat and out of your mouth. You can feel the air, but you actually can't hear yourself. What a cool. Most people don't go to work and that happens. You don't,
Doesn't happen to me.
It's and I say that in all humility, honestly. Please don't take that out of context. But it is. It's a. We are. We're. I'm the luckiest dude I know. So that is a rumor that I didn't know Stephanie Meyer actually wrote a book called The Host, but apparently it's going to be a big movie.
Yeah, I hear.
I don't know. I think it was definitely rumored, but who knows? Oh my God, being an actor, dude, you can't. I mean, you know, fashion is just such a stepping stone into acting. I'm not dissing the fashion industry at all. I mean, it's what we're all we're all sort of obsessed with it. It makes us feel good, but it is nearly impossible to compare a page in a magazine, no matter how fun a photo shoot may have been, you know, to a scene in a film that really sort of challenged you and inspired you and may do the exact same thing for anyone who sees it. There's no comparison.
Cool.
Plus, on photo shoots, you don't get craft service. I can't. Um, has it aired here yet?
It aired simultaneously at 5 a.m.
Oh, it did. It did. It did. It did. People. By the way, going back there, I just saw Elizabeth Mitchell from V, who's just like phenomenally talented, beautiful woman. I have a huge crush on her, I have to admit. We were all there, and I was there with the entire cast of Lost, and I remember sitting there watching. All of our chairs were in a circle, just looking at all those names, and being back there for that finale, because we were shooting the Vampire Diaries finale at the same time I was shooting the Lost finale, which was hard because it's a 9.5 hour flight from Atlanta to Hawaii, but it was the coolest human experience, man. All these actors, everybody, like the core group of that show, everybody in one place, one last time. That was amazing. And I think what happened is, people keep asking me or keep telling me how disappointed they may have been, and you really can't please everyone. And the show is what it is. It ended the way it ended, and I just applaud all of my friends for spending 6 years of their lives, telling amazing stories. One style rule is comfort. And you get that as being a boy and seeing that if you are a person of the female persuasion, fashion does not necessarily equal comfort. Generally equals pain. And that is just something I'm not into. And, I've started to shop now where I just shop by feel. If it's black and soft, give it to me,